You know what a K-hole is? I don't know why you know what a K-hole is.
I do know what a K-hole is.
I wasn't I was in a K-hole of my own, but
That's
instead
crazy.
it was uh
Well,
I was about to abbreviate and say I was in an A-hole.
oh,
No, an arc hole. Because I've been spiraling, bro, ever since Arc Raiders been gone. That's where I've been, bro. I've just been in a dark place, man. I've lost. Nothing makes sense.
Okay, hold on, hold on,
That's
you
hold
where I
on.
liked it
was.
that
Okay,
much.
hold on, hold on, hold on.
I did, yeah.
Wait.
Good enough.
What's a K-hole?
A
Like when
K-hole
you
is called a
take
ketamine hole, or like
yeah,
that's what I know for a K-holes.
Oh,
yeah.
Basically,
guys.
like where you like take a bunch of ketamine, and then when you're off the ketamine, or you're just kind of, or I don't know if it's when you're off ketamine or going through withdrawals, or while you're on it,
K-hole. Okay.
you're basically
It's
like stupid and like can't move essentially.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, guys, and maybe you can cancel
I
me for
think
this. I thought K-hole, the first thing that came to mind was, oh, a Korean asshole. And I was
oh
like, oh,
no.
that must be like a gay thing where they're like, oh god, that
yeah,
K-hole.
that's why Fruit and I are like, yeah, we know what that is. Like
No, so it's a transient dissociative state experienced during ketamine intoxication, often referred as K-holing. This state is characterized by total detachment from one's body and environment, rendering users completely immobilized. That's how I
it was
felt.
Oh, you
it
get
was
stun
crazy.
locked.
Pretty much, yeah.
So
So you
you
would
guys,
actually stun lock.
I'm sure you guys talked about it while I was gone, but you really like Dark Raiders that much, both of you?
I was a big fan.
I wasn't quite as like crazy about it as Fruit is. I think it's great, but Mr. Fruit was locked in.
Yeah, so is
Bullish.
Shroud. Everybody is like, can you imagine what Marathon is thinking right now? Like,
We said the
Like,
same thing. They're like, guys, you're gonna have so much fun with this extraction shooter that is like so accessible. Like it's gonna really like
dude,
show everyone like what extraction shooters don't have to be super crazy hardcore for you to get into. And then they were like, oh wow, people are really getting into this really new accessible extraction arc raiders. Wait a minute, whoa, guys, wait, guys, wait, please.
just bad timing. But yeah, I mean,
Awful timing, and it does not help the narrative for them because now when it started, people were like, "Oh, the new Concord," and then Arc Raiders dropped, and now everyone is like, "Oh yeah, the new Concord."
no. I mean,
yeah,
the problem too is like in a different world, I wouldn't have. The only thing I would have compared Arc Raiders and Marathon is like, oh, they're both extraction shooters.
Yeah,
But for me, it's the fact that essentially both the tests dropped nearly at the same time,
terrible
and then
timing.
I'm playing it, and then every question in stream, someone comes in, oh, you're not playing Marathon, and so it's like, well, it's the Marathon Alpha or the Arc Raiders test, and if I have to choose one right now,
Yep,
I'm choosing Arc Raiders.
and it ain't
Um,
particularly close.
it's not. It's not even
I just
close.
I got pilled. It was nice too because MTash, although he was gone for a while, got about as hyper focused as I did.
That's
Um,
good.
and it was, I don't know, it was perfect. There was, when no one was on, I was solo queuing, uh, and,
Dang.
and VoIP. It like, that's also the huge difference. So most of the time I would solo queue into Arc Raiders, going with a free loadout, and then just try to make friends.
And guess
Uh,
what?
And try and make
And
yeah,
friends.
guess
it
what?
Hey,
worked a lot.
And guess what? In Arc Raiders, they don't punish you for playing solo. Take note.
They don't, yeah. You play with other solos.
You can go in and
Um,
actually play solo and play the game. A
but then
novel
if I wasn't
idea.
playing solo, I ended up playing with Benny some. Um, Benny and
oh, I
Crafty a
saw
little bit.
that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, you and
Yeah.
Crafty and Benny on like a thing.
And then I played with them and I'm like, this is a different game from what I'd been playing or solo or with other people I'd queued with. They're just dialed in. Not only that, I mean, like, I think Crafty, if he's not playing that, he's just playing Tarkov. So, like,
They're just so efficient.
extraction shooter brain. Yeah, they're efficient. It went from me leading charge, like, where you guys at, to like, bro, hold up. I want to shoot a bullet, man. Um, and we ended up trying to kill the queen. Was this cool in boss thing
Did you
during this
do it?
event? Well, we ended up getting the legendary weapons. Like I like the legendary
Oh,
sniper. We kitted to the teeth. I felt bad because like you know Benny, took out the loan on his house. He put it on lien practically. He got everything he possibly could. I gave him everything I could. Crafty got everything we could. We went in and we got griefed. Because we were shooting the queen for like 10 minutes. Not only that, while we're shooting the queen, on the other side, we see people with legendary weapons. They're using like beam rifles and stuff, shooting the queen. So I think there's like a mutual agreement, like we're killing the queen. Turns out that's Shroud's team. They're on the other side with all their kitted out gear. We're on this side with our kitted out gear, just trying to kill the queen. I don't know if they're like, we're going to take it down and then kill them. I don't know if that was the idea. I was totally fine. It's like, I just want to kill it. First off, I don't care about the loot. And then some jabronis come, third party us. And third party us is just because we're on the queen. But so they roll up on us and we're already down a whole bunch of stuff, down ammo. We already have bad high ground or bad positioning because we're trying to hide from the queen. They roll up. They kill Benny and Crafty. I'm able to hide. They're as blind as bats. I'm like, these guys killed us. And then they run over and grief Shroud's team, who was also doing it. And it's just like, this is the last. There's like 4 hours less than this tech test. Don't you just want to see? Because only like 140 queens were killed the whole demo.
I was
don't
gonna
you
ask,
just want to?
They looked like impossible to kill in the clips that I saw.
And also they're like, also these fucking dipshits are probably like, oh, we killed Mr.Fruit and Shroud. And it's like, yeah, man, that's because they were really focused on, they were really locked in on fighting other people. Nice job, guys.
Yeah, bunch of stupid. But also playing with, I was playing with Benny too, and he's talking about all the stuff he's unlocked, and he has like everything, and I'm like, how do you have all this stuff? Like I swear I'm doing the same thing, but
different games, bro.
Way more efficient with resources, and also I think the entire time he's playing, he's always 3D squad fraggers, just boom, boom, boom. Half the time I'm trolling or solo. But yeah, no, I was Arc Raider pilled. I just need a release date so I can plan my life around it.
Because I can plan everything that has to do with my life around it.
Well, and Blue had this theory, and I'm worried, for better or for worse, it might be right, is that they shadow drop it during Summer Game Awards, since Embark dropped finals during Winter Game Awards. But that is like, that's like a week before Dune, though. And I'm no lifing Dune.
I was gonna say, we can finally like talk about Dune, right? Like in terms of like,
Dune your mom, but
that game super fun. I am really stoked for the new Dune. That's like, I saw people like the base. Like, I don't know if you saw like the Dune account like tweeted like this video about people's like bases during the beta or the alpha. It looked sweet, and like just knowing like what we were able to do, and like in the small time that we played it, we had like this little box, but it looks sick. Like I'm really excited for that game, which is like, I thought that game was gonna be stinky.
And I mean, I made the video because at this point, Robin, I couldn't talk about it at the time because it was in the 8 until the embargo with like the video and stuff.
Oh, you guys are so cool. Oh, you guys are so cool.
Oh, I signed NDAs. And
I kind of disagree.
when I made the video, I was like, yeah, it's sponsored, but like I actually enjoyed it. And I pointed out though, it's like, but I'll be honest, the like melee combat could be way better.
For sure.
And everybody's still like, oh, paid opinion or whatever. But I was like, well, first off, I brought Rob in, and if I just asked Rob, he would have come in. But the difference is, by the end of it, Rob's like, yeah, I'll play this when it releases. I'm down. That was fun. That's the difference, rather than
when it
I'm
ended,
done and Rob's like, okay. Yeah,
I was like genuinely wanted to keep playing when we were done, because it was like we got kind of like, but I think like that's when like the creator part kind of ended, was like the part that we were getting to. But it was like, man, like if I could have another 8 hours, like I would have played another 8 hours. Like I think I only have about 4 hours on it, or 5, something like that. I don't remember how long we played it. But man, that game was super fun. That is a game that I'm really excited about.
Yeah, we had just made it to like the tier 2 zone. Essentially, each zone kind of marks like your progression. And yeah, I think it's just gonna be a bunch of fun. I think when it really clicked was, I think Rob and I raided some like underground science facility or whatever, but then we came back and started making progress on a quest. And then that's when it finally showed us, and we started to like see then the next tier of like upgrades. I'm like, oh, so we need this resource. But then I kept scrolling, and I'm like, oh, and then there's this, and then there's this, and then there's this, and then we see like next zone. Oh, we start getting this resource, and then seeing like what you can start to build, and then it's like, okay, I'm getting
Yeah.
the loop here. Especially once we got a vehicle. It certainly,
Yeah.
I think I hated the running, but I think that's a good thing because it made it so that when I finally was able to craft a vehicle, I was like, oh, thank the Lord. But it made you more appreciative rather than just you spawn in and, hey, here's the vehicle and do whatever you want. And also the sandworm's terrifying. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. So that's why, yeah. When Dune comes out, I think currently June 13th, I'm planning on, yeah, and if Rob's up to it, we're going to be grinding that until whenever. So hopefully that doesn't drop around Arc Raiders. Don't make me choose, because otherwise I'll try and juggle both, and God knows how that'll be. But yeah, no, I love Dark Raiders, and the problem too was come Monday, because it ended Sunday night. I was just in a weird spot because typically I hyper focus on something, and then I play it or focus on it, whether a game or not, until my brain's just like, all right, we've had enough. But I've never really had the moment where I'm hyper focused on something. My brain's still focused on it, but then it's just gone.
This episode of the GG Over Easy podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. You guys know me. I hold mental health to a super high regard. It is something that is important to me, and I think that should be important to everybody. Mental health awareness is growing, but there's still process to be made. Get this, 26% of Americans who participated in a recent survey say they have avoided to seek mental health due to the fear of judgment. First of all, if anybody judges you for going to therapy, don't even listen to them. They're not even worth your time. Mental health is about empowering you and teaching you how to love yourself, and that's exactly what BetterHelp taught me during my time with BetterHelp. They were professional, they listened, and they were awesome during it. BetterHelp has over 10 years of experience matching people with the right therapist from their diverse network of over 30,000 licensed therapists with wide ranges of specialties. We are all better with help. Visit betterhelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GG. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this podcast.
So they just took it away.
Yeah. And it hurts.
But then my brain, yeah, I still wake up and brain's like, so we're playing Arc Raiders, right? And I'm like, well, here's the thing.
We can't.
And that's why it's like this K-hole thing where I'm just like,
Korean
like stumble
asshole.
like, yeah, I don't know what to do, man. But yeah, so come around release 2. At the very least, I know MTash will be excited. I know you enjoyed it more than you did most extraction shooters. I don't know if you were that excited about it, though. I know Dado played that hours, like, that's cool, and he never played again.
Yeah, I definitely had more fun than any extraction shooter I had played previously. I think it had a good... I just need to, like, have the full game to be like, okay, this is what I'm using these materials for and stuff like that. So, like, and having that weight of, like, oh my God, like, we have a lot of good stuff and we're trying to kill the mother, whatever. I think
we're trying to kill
like,
the mother cunt.
Like, what was that thing that like robot that was jumping on top of you guys? That might have been like one of the most
the bison.
fun. Yeah, I like that thing. That thing is hilarious.
I hate that. I actually went to go on to hate the Rocketeer more. In fact, I think we actually killed our first one with Dado, but it's like giant flying shanks looking thing, but it shoots the rockets, and you were like in the building line of sighting it. Yeah, it killed the most things in the beta, myself included. That thing aggroes you, bro. Good luck, man. Unless you're like right next to a building, it never leaves. And then the PvP that comes from it. I had this one solo game fragging out of my mind. Killed like 6 dudes. Just having a great run. Kidded to the teeth. Killed a couple of them just because I could. I'm at the extraction. I think I kill a guy in extraction. Like, yes, we're getting out of here. And all the fighting a Rocketeer, like aggros. 23-minute raid, 6 kills. I died to the Rocketeer at the extraction. I'm just like, this freaking robot dude. Like, he aggroes you and you're just like, I'm dead. That's it.
I'm dead. That's it.
because it was in the middle of the marsh. Like there's no cover. Yeah. So and then I died, and some guys rolling up to the extraction. So then I'm like, yo, dude, take my loot. That's the other fun. As soon as I like die, I'm trying to tell somebody like, hey, do this, do that. Or I met a friend. His name was Paul, great guy.
Hell yeah.
And at the end, I got confused. There was some guy trying to jump us. I thought the guy turned the corner was Paul. It wasn't. He got to jump on me, down me. So I was crawling to Paul, and I'm just yelling, Paul, I'm like, Paul, you got to kill me. You got to take my gear. You got to live for me. I got some good stuff on me, Paul. And I like to think he picked up that purple shotgun and fragged, and he's doing great now.
He's still in the game today.
And I like that. That's like what gaming's all about. Like I can't remember the last time, like, you know, I ran into a random and I made a friend because I pretended like it was my first game and they helped me learn and stuff.
I met a lot of cool randoms. Even when we were queuing, Imtash and I think it was in a video I posted the other day about night raids, found this like one random, super cool dude, super chill. He was a gamer. Played with him for like 2 hours. Yeah, there were just a lot of nice people. I think the problem was, especially when I was running solo, I'd run into people griefing, and well, I say griefing. I don't blame them. But like, you know, I would approach and be like, yo, bro, I'm chill. Sometimes I wouldn't even have weapons. I'm like, it's all good. And then just gun me down. I think the problem is some of them just have voice chat off.
Yeah.
I think it's on by default. But like, why are you going to turn
should
it
be.
off, man? Come on, man.
I agree.
Like,
the younger generation's different these days, you know?
I know. So I try and also use the in-game emote that's like, don't shoot. Because they'll at least hear that, and then hopefully they
shoot.
chill. Yeah.
Let me RP.
But like I also get sometimes they're just they're like, I ain't here to RP. Sometimes when I'm like, especially when I have gear, like if I'm kitted and some dudes come in, and unless I know for sure, it's probably like, yeah, I ain't gonna deal with this. But there's just a ton of fun different experiences. Every run nearly, that's I think the thing too, like the stakes were high enough and fun enough, and the games were variable enough that like I can probably remember every round something interesting happened or some interesting clutch or anything like that. And yeah, it's just I'm hollow now. I'm trying to fill it with Bizarre Season 2 and Claire Obscure
Yeah.
Expedition 33. It's French.
Oh.
I don't know how to say it exactly.
Oh,
That game I've had like so many people come and be like, hey, have you played this? Have you played Expedition 33? Have you played that? And it's like, all right, fine. Like at some point, maybe I'll play it, but goddamn.
Yeah, people kept asking me. Claire at this point has beat it. And she was begging me to play it. She's like, if you're not gonna stream it, can you at least just play it like off stream so I can watch? And I know Danielle's. I think she's already on like second play.
Danielle is Expedition 33 build.
Deep. Dado's grinding it in between Destiny when he can. Although I hear about the way he plays, he's a heathen, bro. I don't know how he does it.
How does he play? What is
like? So first, the start of the game, the prologue, you're in the city, and you can just kind of just go where it wants you to go real quick. But there's a bunch of people to talk to and like a little events, optional, all optional. And apparently, Dad didn't talk to like a single one. He just went to the end. I spent like over an hour talking to everyone, seeing everyone. And somebody's like, I watched Dado. I didn't realize all this stuff was here. I was like, what do you mean? And he just skips it all. I'm like,
Sometimes I wonder if Dado even likes playing video games the way he plays them. Like,
I like his chat calls him default Dado because he never like does anything outside.
Exactly.
But then there's an overworld. I really like it because it reminds me when I watched my brother play Final Fantasy VII. There's like old school RPG overworld. I don't know if you play like some of the older Final Fantasies or other RPGs where like you go to the overworld and then it's just like you're a big character on a small map essentially. Like it's kind of disproportionate, and then that's how you travel like different zones or whatever. And on that map is where all the optional stuff is. So once you get out of there, then it's like, oh well, that's where we need to go. But there's like optional portal here, and optional monster to fight here, and loot to find. And apparently, Dado hasn't done like any of that. Meanwhile, I have done literally every single thing I can do. To the point where people are like, I beat this game, or like I'm on my second playthrough. I don't even know where'd you get that item? And I'm like,
Wait,
I don't know. I'm going everywhere I possibly can. And yeah, to learn data just like beelines, I get it. I think like some people are just like open world, whatever. I'm here for the story. But when you open something up for me, I'm like, okay, everywhere but until I have to.
yeah.
Um, although my only complaint is even Claire's like, if you keep doing this, you're gonna over level and not enjoy the story if you want a hard story. Um, because
There's no
right
like level scaling.
no, well, so I'm on expert. I'm on the hardest difficulty,
Okay.
which essentially like doubles enemies' health and doubles their damage to the point where I get just about one shot. But the cool thing about the game, which I love, one, I already like turn based. But the thing is, and I don't know if you've seen the combat, Rob, and like what it does.
I have.
So
I have it. I'm seeing it right now.
yeah, so turn-based combat though, the difference is when you're going, it's turn-based combat. When the enemy goes, it's real time to the point where you can parry, dodge, or perfect dodge any attack. And so each fight is almost like to me learning like a Souls boss, where for whatever reason I've given myself the challenge. I can't dodge, which is the easiest way to do things.
It wouldn't be a
Uh,
Mr. Fruit playthrough if there wasn't some weird stipulation he puts on
right,
himself
Real as
that
fuck.
nobody
because
else like is making him do.
yeah,
Or
nobody told me. But the way I see it, you can parry, and I love parries.
you do.
So the way I see it, it's more of a challenge because what the game wants you to do is dodge, because dodge has the biggest window. So if they attack you, let's say, I don't know, you have like 3 frames to parry, you probably have like 10 frames to dodge. If you dodge at the time a parry would count, it's a perfect dodge. But the idea is you fight someone, and while you learn what they're doing, you probably dodge to learn the timing. Then you try to parry. Because parries, um, if you perfect parry, which is like hit every attack of a sequence in an attack. So if it's a one hit attack, you parry, boom, you get to do a counter attack. And so it can be quote unquote easier because you do more damage faster. Um, and you get like an action point back. But obviously, if you miss, you get hit. And on my difficulty, I'm also putting 0 attributes into health and defense.
Jesus
So
Christ.
essentially, if I get hit, the character's dead. It's just like one hit. So it's parry or
You're
die.
doing a parry. I respect that, honestly.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? Why the heck not? And so yeah, I don't know. I just love parries, so I'm like, whatever, screw it. Why bother dodging when I either parry or die? And that's what makes the fight so interesting is learning that. Because like, and that's why I keep doing optional stuff. Like yesterday, I found an optional area, and then in that optional area, tucked in the corner, a like side boss that was harder than the normal boss. I started fighting. I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't be here. Bet. Stay there for about 30 minutes, learn the fight, beat him, and it's like that feels great. But then the problem is now if I go main story, I may be a little higher to where it's not as difficult, but it's hard because I want every fight to be like that optional boss. But if I go main story and then come back, that would have been way easier. But if I do that now and then go to the boss, so the fights are still technically hard. It's just how fast I'll either beat them or how easy they can be beaten. Because Claire played on the easiest difficulty, and for her, she wanted the story. So she eventually got to the point where she could make a build and cheese and level enough to where she could just kind of like one shot on easy difficulties. And that's what she wants to do. For me, for like trash mobs, I don't really care. But like that's a way you can cheese it is like I don't have to learn how to parry if I just kill you. But I've already run into trouble where there's not infinite scaling. So there's like a damage cap at 9,999. And I'm hitting those with some of my attacks right now. And it's like a 30th of the health bar. So that's kind of like gate or like checking me regardless of like, okay, sweet, you can do damage, but you can't do more than this anyway. So it's kind of lost right now. Um, so that's a lot of fun. the combat, and then 2, the music is a bop, brother. I mean,
The music is
banger
so good.
soundtrack.
I have to. I know.
Oh.
I know this has been talked about endlessly, but I have to say it. The director literally just found this dude. This dude has never done an OST before. The director literally
That's
just found this dude on SoundCloud and was like, "This is great.
Yeah.
This is great music. Like, I'm gonna hire this guy." And then this dude goes on to make what is already like what is probably going to win a Game of the Year awards. Not Game of the Year awards. What's probably going to win at the Game Awards for best soundtrack because bops after bops after bops.
I mean, it's got me listening to the tracks when I'm not playing. I don't do that.
I saw the Sesame Street meme. Like,
yeah, dude.
that's the only thing I saw of it. Like one song from Expedition, but it was
You'll
that
just
new
find a
Sesame Street
couple.
meme.
You'll just find a couple, and then freaking my saddest thing is my favorite one turned out to be a boss one that only plays during that boss. But man, when that hit during that, so it's currently filling the void of Arc Raiders in a different way. Which bring back to the station. 1, you should play as soon as you can, Rob.
Okay.
And 2, just back to the Arc Raiders thing. To wrap it up, that's one thing I noticed when I was solo queuing, though. I was still hyper focused enough to want to solo queue, but I definitely enjoy it as much, and that's why I was glad like Imtash really liked it, because I realized regardless of how much I like it, if I don't have any friends enjoying it or playing, it will eventually get to the point where it's like, well, I don't have anyone to play through. So I'm hoping like it seems like Arios will like it, Imtash will like it. Blue seems to like it, but not like love it. So maybe he'll be playing.
I'll play it.
Maybe you'll be playing some.
And when it comes out, I'll play it for sure. If someone wants to be like, "Hey, boot up Arc Raiders," I'm not gonna say no. I'm gonna say, "All right,
Yeah,
on some Arc Raiders."
Sure.
That's all I want. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to, though. Aside from hitting the braces off.
I was gonna say you have a beautiful smile now, and a beautiful jawline, or a beautiful jaw structure, or jaw lineup, or whatever that whole point was. Because the point was to not straighten your teeth out, right? Like or was it?
I mean,
in a weird long sort of sense. It wasn't like to necessarily make them straight, but it was like, let's put the teeth in the right spot, which I don't know.
I mean, especially like the main thing was the widening of the top jaw. So now my teeth fit in the right way, and then they changed the position of the teeth. So might not have been exactly what I normally would have had, but fits together in the right way that hopefully sits well. Because everyone's like, "What's next?" And the answer is praying, because this should be it. If it's not, then that's a problem. If something ends up happening, I don't even know what the next steps are. We didn't even entertain it. It's like we'll get there if we get there. So I have 2 more. I have like a glass and a metal retainer I got to get. I get that in a week, and the other in like 2 weeks. So I'll be wearing that kind of stuff probably forever.
Is it gonna be permanent retainer, or is it like one of those ones you just put on at night type thing?
I don't know which one and how often I need to wear it. I mean, for sure I'll be wearing them at night. I don't know which ones and how often I should wear during the day. I assume they'll probably say, if you can, just wear them always. So we'll see, but it's a small price to pay. And everyone's like, remember to wear your retainer, brother. You don't got to remind me, okay? Teenage Mr. Fruit, when he got off his braces, yeah, he needed reminding. I'm like, whatever. Wasn't diligent about my retainer. But now, just knowing, hey, if you don't, you might have to go through any and or all of this again. Ain't no way. Like, it's not happening.
Mr. Fruit with 2 years of trauma. I'm not gonna forget my. Don't worry, y'all. I'm not gonna forget about the 3 years of trauma, guys. You gotta worry.
When you get braces off, because I never had braces. When you get braces off, is there like big white marks or big like parts where like the thing sits on your tooth? You know what I mean? So it looks like, or like, do they like clean that? How does that work?
No, so I don't really have any stains. That's simply just down to how well you cleaned your teeth while you had braces.
Okay.
Because what's happening there was that part of the tooth was covered. So let's say you had it for 2 years. If you didn't like brush your teeth very often and stain the rest of it, it's just you take it off, rest of the teeth are stained, and that's not. So then if
I
you
see.
want to fix that, that's like whitening and other stuff that might harm the teeth a little bit, because like any kind of whitening or all that stuff like has a little bit of long lasting effects. So I mean, my teeth aren't perfect white, but they're also not like I'm not self conscious about them. They're good enough where it's like I don't need to mess with them. Um,
So what was
and
the
yeah, from this.
Oh, go ahead. What was the first meal you had? Like where you're like, I don't have to deal with braces or like deal with like
Ooh,
the
I'm interested in this
stringiness
too.
or what gets into braces. Was there like a celebratory I have a normal mouth type beat?
They asked that when I was there, and I was like, I hadn't actually really thought about it.
Hmm.
Um, while I was there was this really cool pizza place I wanted to go to. That's usually far out, so I never go to it. And then I realized they don't open until noon, and it was like 10:30, and I'm like, okay, guess no. So then instead, on the way back, I realized went to the gas station. I haven't had Sour Patch Watermelon in like 5 years,
Oh hell yeah!
so I got some Sour Patch Watermelon. Those used to be my
Specifically because
jam.
it would get like stuck in like
Well, so uh, one, when I started having jaw problems, it was too chewy. Um,
hmm.
so if I tried, it just upset the jaw or lock it or give pain, so it wasn't worth it. And then I got the braces, and I couldn't do it with braces because it's too gummy and might get stuck or pull off a bracket or whatever. So that was really the first one. Um, otherwise, it's just been as a whole being able to eat food and realize like I still like instinctively am trying to just like I take a bite and then
Yeah,
try to
like
like dig it out of my
yeah,
braces and then realize, oh,
I'm not
I don't
wearing
have
those.
to. Because it was way worse than when I had them in middle school because at all times I had a chain running on both and then metal wires. So none of my braces actually had like big openings. They were small, and so anything that got stuck in there is just stuck. And that's why like I haven't eaten broccoli in the past like year and a half because I tried that like 2 times. None of that broccoli made it in my stomach. It just sat it, and I'm like, this is disgusting. Um, and there's a lot of food like that. So that's been the weirdest sensation is just eating and then not having to just go like to the mouth mines and dig out every single piece of food.
Yeah.
So it feels good. I'm happy to be here. Long time coming. I think nearly 5 years to the day was when I started having problems. Um, so yeah, praying this is the end of the road and I can move on with my life and pray for your boy if something does end up
Yes.
happening and I gotta, because I don't, yeah, but that's not gonna happen, PMA.
Yeah. Uh, Also, I heard I got back from I've been gone for the podcast for like 2 weeks. It's been kind of crazy lately. I heard you guys talking shit because I have friends who all have lives and are getting married in their lives. Because apparently I go to too many bachelor parties.
You do.
I'm
You
not
have
Uh,
way
saying,
too
we're
many
just saying
bachelor
you're
parties.
Sorry
so
that I have
popular,
fucking
man.
friends. I'm sorry that I have friends that are getting
Yeah.
Yeah,
married.
Rob,
All
that's
right?
exactly what we said. Very good. I hate you.
All right.
Yeah, we're just
I'm
like, oh, it must
sorry.
be nice to have all these
Exactly.
friends.
That's what we're saying. We're like, Dan, good for him.
I heard you guys were talking shit. Like I heard it was kind of like
Okay, we weren't really talking
I
shit.
haven't listened.
I mean, yeah, we were
Like,
talking
so
about you. We were like, man, couldn't be us because Fruit.
Yeah, just like
This dude
bros
just
at
be going to
every.
bachelor party every other week.
okay,
Right,
well,
what's it
okay,
like to
well
be
this
popular?
well this one wasn't like a bachelor. So basically, my friend got married in like September, but like secretly. Like he was like one day just posted pictures in like the
He
message thing
shadow
and was
dropped
like,
his marriage.
yeah, basically he like shadow dropped it,
Bros
and then I
are
was like,
killed.
oh, like that's crazy. And then this is like my big like group of like fantasy football friends. So
Okay.
the NFL draft was around, and it was basically like, hey, like let's have a bachelor party for Matt, even though he's already married. So it was like a kind of a pseudo thing. Um, I
What you
was
guys end up doing?
outside for maybe we went to San Diego. And the first day I get there, I'm maybe outside for 2 hours and just burned immediately. I think I'm like still peeling. Like if you can, like, let's see if this. Come on. But like,
Come on, man.
I'm like still peeling on like this arm. I was outside for like maybe an hour and a half.
Global warming,
But
baby.
basically,
Global warming.
yeah, basically just hung out with all my friends. Played a lot of beer die. Beer die is a very fun game. You'd like throw
Oh,
a
that's
dice
that
in the air.
RPG thing, right? Or
No,
that
it's
board
where you
game you
throw a
get?
dice into the
Oh,
sky and it hits the table, and then you have to like catch it with your hand.
uh,
Really sick game. A lot of fun.
I thought it was that
Um,
thing you gave, Dado and Danielle. Like
no,
that Voodoo
that's like
Ranger thing?
yeah, no, that's like it's like where like your health bar is like your beer in the cup or something like that. I
That's
forget
right.
what.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
But all in all, successful party. Everybody, I got pretty drunk, but not too drunk. You know, just you
Yeah,
got to
nice and
keep it on the
responsible.
fine line. Yeah, you
We're
got
at
to
the
keep it on
Right.
the fine.
we're-
Ever since my acid incident, it's hard for me to just go, fuck it. Like I'm just gonna get super drunk. I can't do that anymore.
we're at the age now where we can't quite get away with getting shit faced anymore.
Yeah. Funny thing did happen though at the airport. You guys know I have my airport stories. This is one that came to me naturally though. Okay. So we're getting dropped off at the airport. To me and my two of my other buddies, and Matt is dropping us off. And Matt like works at the San Diego airport. So like we're kind of like driving to the front of the terminal, and like it's just like like when you're dropping off at an airport, there's like no law. It's like martial law essentially. Everyone's like trying to weave in and get close to the thing so you can like drop people off. And Gibbs just pulls up and like right next to like this curb, and like we start getting out and we're like, oh dude, like great seeing you, like thanks for hanging out. And this fucking bitch just comes out of nowhere and just goes, this is a bus lane, like this is I went, all right lady, like sorry, like there's no bus, like we're just saying goodbye, like all right dog, like it was really good to see you. I was like, shut the fuck up, like no shit, this is a bus. I went, do you see any bus? All right bro, like good to see you, like this was sick. This is a bus lane. You guys are in a bus lane. I literally turned. I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, what? Yeah, it's a bus lane. And then I look at her fucking beta ass husband. I go, stand next to your fucking beta husband and your fucking daughter and shut up. And she's like, just like, all like huffy and puffy. I'm like, all right, like, hey, thanks for everything, guys. Good seeing you, good hanging out. And like, she's just standing next to her family, like just mugging us. And Matt drives away, and you guys know me, I love a scene.
Oh no,
I just go,
Rob,
I just go,
no.
I'm sorry, everybody. We were in the bus lane, and the bus lady told us that, and I'm so sorry. And she's just like, and I was like, oh man, it's like it was just
You're
like, shut
literally the
fuck
most
up.
petty person I've ever met in my life.
But we're in the bus lane for no buses around. Like, sure, if there's a fucking bus sitting behind me, like, oh shit, that's like my bad, lady. Like, I didn't know that there's a bus there. It's just car and like no bus, and she's just a stupid fucking lady. Oh, it made me so mad. I've like never had a Karen like that before come up to me and then like we're in security and like we're talking about like, oh, what crazy lady. And then like the two people behind us were like, you guys, like, yeah, there wasn't even a bus or anything. I like that lady was crazy. I was like, yeah, like right, like what the hell. So that was
Parents
really
just
funny.
don't realize you're the wrong one to chirp at, you know?
Yeah. And like she didn't realize like I had a Frontier flight, all right? I was flying Soul Plane on the way home, right? I had nothing to lose. I was practically already dead flying Frontier. I kind of accepted my fate. And then I went to Missouri. I went to the Midwest to visit Sydney's family. I had never been. I've met Sydney's family before, but not in like their environment.
Their natural habitat.
Yeah, 9.5 hour drive, about 9 hours ish.
God.
But like, I think that's like the perfect like
Not bad.
time in the car. I think like 9 hours is like just about doable for me. Cause like I don't know, when I drive, I kind of got like in like this weird like, no, I'm just driving. Like I got like in this weird like Zen kind of flow. So I just drove. Sydney drove for a little bit, but on the way back, I drove mostly. First hour into the drive, like, oh, this is great. Like, Car's looking good. Everything's great. Fucking big old rock hits my windshield after I just fixed it. Big old crack now again in the first hour of the drive. And then we finally get into Missouri, bro. The last, like, I don't know if you saw my tweet, last 5 miles of the drive, bro, I'm stuck behind Tractor McGee. I guess tractors just drive on the fucking road. Like, and like,
Down
don't even like,
Yeehaville, that's right, brother.
Where
bro,
else
and
are they
like,
gonna drive though?
he's got like 30 fucking things back there, and he just has a rooster on top of his thing. Like, hey, huckleberries, and like, what are we doing? Like, get off to the side and like, let's move on. And like, just your cliche Midwest shit. Like, we drive past the high school. It's like the most poppin' thing in the world. Like, it's crazy. Also, so like, Sydney's Nana's from like this. It's like a small town in Missouri. I think like 5,000 people. Okay, pretty small. And their high school. So like their high school. She goes, "Oh yeah, that's the high school." And I go, "Oh, what's cool? That's cool." And like, I'm like, "What's their mascot?" She goes, "We're the Savages." And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." And bro, wouldn't you? I was like, "What's the mascot?" And she goes, "Oh, it's like a Indian." I went, "Like a native?"
Jesus
You guys are,
Christ.
yeah, bro. They're the like. I was like what? Like that's what you got? And then like she's like, "Yeah, it's on the ballot every year to get changed. It never does." I was like, "All right, like what? Fuck
All
yeah, I
right,
guess."
racist
Like,
lady.
I was like, so yeah, that's like, and like everybody was at the school on like a Thursday night. I was like, "God, this is like the cliche,
Friday Night
like
Lights.
small." Yeah. What else did I'm trying to think? We visited Cindy's Papa's grave. He's buried at like a VA type of place where like they have like kind of like the tombstones for anybody that served in like the army or the navy and stuff like that. So that was really cool getting to see that. We did play some mini golf. That was a lot of fun. Sydney's Nana did fall, but everything's all right. She was all right. And thankfully, Sydney's Nana is like one of those grandparents, you know, that are like, and like, I really like, I respect it, but like, you know, I get it because I would probably be like this. One of those grandparents that like really doesn't want you to do anything for them because they don't want to feel like they're losing their independence. You know what I mean? Like, it's very like, no, I'll do it. Like, I'll do it type of thing. So when Nana fell, you could tell she was like embarrassed and like didn't want like people like to really worry. Thankfully, she was okay. So at this point, like I was like, all right. So I just started like roasting her. I was like, all right, Nana, look at you falling and everybody feels bad for you.
All right,
And I'm not
maybe
gonna
a little over the. All right.
I was like, I'm not taking any off your score, Nana, just because you fell earlier. And she's like, oh, Rob, you're fucking hilarious. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And then like just Nana cooking, like, so, you know, it's just Sydney and I and her. You would think we had a family of 9 coming with us, how much food she would make. Just and then like just trying to stick us with the food. Like it was like, I don't know if you guys have like grandparents that are like this, but it's like, I made you guys 2 ham sandwiches, and I know Sydney said she likes olives, so I got you guys some olives and ketchup too if you guys need ketchup. And it's like, okay, like, yeah, thank you, but like, Jesus Christ. And then you know, I love Sydney's Nana and everything. She's a great woman and everything. She's awesome. But man, it might just be like a grandparent type of thing. But man, the way they are able to talk about Susie's aunt's kid who's a registered nurse that doesn't,
people that have no idea who, like, no business even being in their business.
Dude, it was like the first like 2 days I was really locked into everything Nana was saying. I'm like, oh, okay. So like Jason's daughter has 2 kids and like they're registered nurses, and like, okay, one of them has tuberculosis. Like, okay, that's kind of crazy. Okay. Oh, okay. Like, yeah, okay. And then like I got to the 3rd day and I was like the day before we left, and I was literally sitting there. I was like, Nana, I don't give a fuck about Jason's ex's son's thing. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I was like, I'm hitting my wall, Nana. I can't do this anymore. Like, please stop telling me about Jason's sons. Like, it's just like too much. And like we both got to the point where we're like, okay, like we gotta get out of here. And then like it was literally like she was like, "Are you sure you don't want some lemonade before you go?" And I was like thinking, I was like, man, maybe to piss Sydney off, I should be like, you know what? I will take that lemonade. I will. We'll stay here and talk about Jason's son's Tim's kid for another 50 hours.
Did you take the lemonade?
No, I did not. I said, bye, Nana. I'm getting out. Like, we gotta go. I said, we got a long drive ahead of us. But really cool. Like, I could say this about like, my mom like was born in Oklahoma, and like I would go to Oklahoma growing up as a kid. And they were kind of similar. Um, I get the idea and like the what's the word I'm looking for? Allure, or why it's nice to live a simpler life. You know what I mean? Because she's like, oh, we just got that Sonic and it's a real big deal. And I was like, damn, like I wish like a Sonic opening in my town was like a big deal for me. You know what I mean? I was like,
Yeah.
that must just be a nice, simple thing to like to feel. Like there is like a nice kind of feeling to like the simpler life type of idea of living. Oh, dude. Okay, so I don't know if you guys are like, I'm sure you guys are, but does your family look at you as like technology guys?
Yep.
Like you guys know
Yep.
tech. So like, can you tell me what's wrong with my phone? So like, Nana has a neighbor who's also like 1,000 years old. And she like comes over and I heard your grandson-in-law is a kind of a tech guy. And Nana's like, oh, yes, he is. And I'm just sitting there like, man, here we go. Like,
Please.
what bullshit am I about to be asked? So she comes up to me and she goes, first of all, shows me an Android phone. Already off to a terrible start. I'm like, all right, like great.
Striking out
And
already.
she goes like, I can't get this tab closed. And it like all it shows is like basically like your phone. And then like on the phone here, like on the right side was just like a Google Chrome like app thing. So it looked like a tab. So like, oh, if you wanted to reaccess your tab you just had open, you just click this. So like I did what anybody would do. I just like held it and then like pressed the X on it. And I was like, yeah, that's how you like make it go away. And she was like, oh my, oh, it's not
George,
like
come
a
and look at
Eve.
this.
Yeah, like, oh my God, like that was crazy. But dog, like, I'm not joking. So like, and like, bless her heart, dude. Like, and like, I'm just gonna tell it how it is. Like she's younger than my Nana, but she look old as hell. Like she must have been in the tanning beds. Like she wrinkly and like, like, come on. So like, she like hands me her phone and she has like a screen protector, right? Bro, that screen protector hasn't seen any cleaning in like the last like 70 years, however long she's had it since like the Great Depression. That thing had like, like after you don't clean a screen protector for a while, it gets kind of like, a little dirty and like some bumps and stuff like that. Anytime I was like touching her phone, it was like touching like a new like acne bump on a face or something like that. It was like,
Ew.
oh, dude, it was like gross. And like, I was like, I didn't want to like touch it. It was like, her phone had wrinkles. Like, it was bad. Like, it was like, oh, like, and then she proceeds to go like, yeah, I was on the phone with Verizon and I said I had a virus on my phone and they say they don't help with viruses. And I just sat there and went, that's crazy. Because then I like was like,
Wild.
well, I was like, do phones get viruses? Like I like that's like was like, but I'm technology. I seen I got Eve. Like I'm supposed to know these things.
I
So
mean,
like I was like,
they can, but I doubt Nana's going to websites that give her viruses on her phone.
yeah. So like
You never know.
that's like so it was like the weirdest thing. And then the other thing, she was like, and anytime I try and close my phone, this like thing pops up. And so I guess like on the Android, if you hold the lock button for a little bit, a Gemini pops up or like the whatever their Siri is. So like she goes, I hold the lock button to close it and this pops up. I go, okay, well, you don't hold the lock button, just like tap it. If you hold it, it's gonna do like the Gemini thing. She goes, I don't get it. Can you try and turn it off? And I was like, oh gee, like so I'd like turn off like the Gemini thing. Doesn't work. And I go, okay, so just tap it to lock it. And then she's like, oh, it works. And I was like, yeah, but like But she's like, "You're so smart!" Like, and it was like, I literally all I did essentially was like plug in the HDMI, essentially type of thing.
Sometimes it's all tags.
Yeah. So I was like a wizard to her like neighbor. This episode of the GG Over Easy podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. You guys know me. I hold mental health to a super high regard. It is something that is important to me, and I think that should be important to everybody. Mental health awareness is growing, but there's still process to be made. Get this, 26% of Americans who participated in a recent survey say they have avoided to seek mental health due to the fear of judgment. First of all, if anybody judges you for going to therapy, don't even listen to them. They're not even worth your time. Mental health is about empowering you and teaching you how to love yourself, and that's exactly what BetterHelp taught me during my time with BetterHelp. They were professional, they listened, and they were awesome during it. BetterHelp has over 10 years of experience matching people with the right therapist from their diverse network of over 30,000 licensed therapists with wide ranges of specialties. We are all better with help. Visit betterhelp.com/GG today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/GG. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring this podcast.
Oh, that's City Boy. Wow, he really knows stuff that we could never comprehend down here in the deep south.
Yeah. So Missouri was really cool. Just getting like a little taste of like the simpler life, you know what I mean? I'm sure you kind of get a taste of that when you go to Georgia.
Different world.
Yeah, for sure. Totally like different world. And like, you know, it's really sad. A lot of roadkill on the side of the road. That
So
made me
much.
sad. Like it just like I don't know if like Colorado's really good about picking up the roadkill or something like that. But man, like the amount of like exploded raccoons I see on the side of the road, like just made me sad. Like, I don't know. I like raccoons. I think they're kind of cute, but also kind of scary. Speaking of kind of scary, we got news. We got new Destiny 2 roadmap that leads us into the future. And by us, I mean Destiny 2 players. I have the TWAB right here, and it says the next chapter of ever-evolving Destiny 2 universe is the Edge of Fate, launching in just over 2 months. So come July 15th, there will be some sort of new like I think like the first step of Destiny post Darkness Saga or something. I will say, I don't know if you guys watched it. Actually some decent stuff I think they added to the game to make the game easier for not just solo players, but like new players and players like me
Yeah,
that
that's
go like,
true.
what the hell am I supposed to
That's
do?
true. They did add some cool new cool accessibility features.
Yeah, I think these accessibilities needed to be in the game forever ago when the player base was hype. But there is one big thing that came out of this. They announced that the next thing after the major update in September, Ash and Iron, we are going to be getting Destiny 2 Renegades. Now that may just sound like a name, but it's not. Okay, this is what like really confused me. It's not just like a collab essentially with Star Wars. It is a whole expansion dedicated around Star Wars. Am I saying that correctly?
Nope,
Or
you are.
like
It is a Star Wars
inspired.
themed expansion. I guess inspired expansion, but they dead ass just released a bunch of Star Wars cosmetics, so it's basically a Star Wars themed expansion.
have you guys been noticing this like Star Wars push like way harder than I've really have ever seen a Star Wars push in the last like 3-4 years?
Honestly,
like,
more so in the past decade. I think they're just getting a lot more lax with letting people. I think they're going the Warhammer route where they're just like, you know what, guys, fucking have fun with our IP.
I think it's more or less. I mean, it's already come out or whatever. Like newer generations just don't care about Star Wars.
Yep.
Not in the same way that we do.
The films did not do a good job of luring people in. So,
did either of you guys go see the re-release of Revenge of the Sith?
I didn't have time. I wanted to, but it looked like fun.
Yeah, I didn't either.
And the
but
theaters
it
were
did
pretty
look like,
packed.
Look, I heard like it was like one of the biggest re-releases like of all time of like any kind of movie to do that. So yeah, there is a Destiny 2, Star Wars. What did you say to Bless, by the way? You're like, hey, it's not a 0% chance anymore.
Oh yeah. Bingzoid being in Destiny is now a non 0% chance.
Oh, it's being Zoid time.
Bingzoid.
But we also got a new collector's edition for Mr.Fruit to waste his money on.
I ain't buying
I
it.
doubt you'll probably
No,
that's like
I haven't. Again, I think the last one I bought was Ghost of Tsushima, and then I forget before that. Plus, most don't do them anyway anymore. But
I used to love collector's editions, but man, there's just too many. I don't have room for any of them, and they're so expensive.
And there's a lot of like little things. You could turn into like a little ball of arc or something, and
which just seemed to be the maps gimmick, kind of like
yeah,
uh, what the fudge, the Witch Queen place. Can't think of the location's name, but that had like deep sight. I think it's just kind of the same thing. Like on that specific map, you'll be able to do the Metroid ball thing.
Are you gonna play the heavy metal Titanfall 3 thing, or like it's like the new Destiny 2 like map
Oh,
game mode they made or
oh
whatever?
yeah, like
Some
multiplayer.
bullshit.
Yeah, maybe I still have to reinstall. I think it ends this weekend. Only like 2 or 3 days. I need to get on because at the very least, got to check out the new Land Beyond. Um, they did
I
they
saw
did
that.
finally bring it back. They finally brought it
Yeah.
back. Oh, which I do want to shout out. I don't know if you saw my tweet. Um, I did. So like after the reveal, I tweet out, someone looking tired, taking out a cigarette, like the Land Beyond is back, huh?
Yeah.
And Tash replies, "Dream Team off number 2? Question mark." And he goes, "Oh wait, one of the people involved stole $25,000 from me and hundreds of thousands from other DT creators. His name is Triple
Oh
Rec."
my god! Holy shit!
And I was like, "Go
I
off,
wonder if that
son."
would like it would be so funny if that's the tweet that made Triple Red come
No,
back.
no, no.
That was
Yeah,
his, like,
exactly.
little hole.
He was like, haha, would be fun, and like totally forgets that he's in the middle of lawsuits.
Yeah. So
That is
yeah, I got a
hilarious.
notification. It was like a spit take from like,
Yeah,
um,
we'll have to find somebody to replace.
yeah. How could we? I
Um,
mean, it's tough.
but Destiny's 2 future seems I'll be honest, like I think the Star Wars thing is pretty weird and stupid. Um and I'm not even like a lore frog and being like, how is this gonna affect the lore? I just think it's like, is this what Destiny 2 has really become? It's like we're so desperate for a check that they're like, hey, Star Wars gave us a check to make our whole next expansion based around Star Wars almost. Like, I don't know. I just don't think it's a good look. But 7 years ago, Rob is losing his fucking mind right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Like,
I
but
mean, I
again,
like
like,
Star Wars, but
I like Star
yeah,
Wars, but a
it's.
whole themed expansion is like, okay, like,
but like maybe
cool,
we're the issue.
whatever.
Like maybe we should just like have fun with it and not
I
really
mean,
like
I'm
I mean, I
I'm
didn't have as much of an issue as other people. I thought it was strange, but I was like, all right, whatever.
I'm indifferent,
But
but I will say the community has like a massive uproar of like, this ruins everything. This ruins the image of Destiny. Like what's gonna happen to the aesthetic? And I was like, with all due respect, the aesthetic was in the dumps when they made these stupid fucking holographic emotes. All right,
yeah,
like
or
these
like
are
Fortnite like collab like
yeah,
transmogs
like
too.
the game was already turning into like a metaverse as far as like you know collaborations with other projects, which is fine, but I don't know. I'm not as like hypercritical of it as other people are. I do think the cosmetics were like fine, but having an entire themed expansion around it is like, I guess for a lot of people, it's like, man, like, what if I don't care about Star Wars? But that is kind of the whole point, is like a marketing collaboration. So
Yeah, it's just you see Star Wars like in Fortnite right now. Like their whole season right now is like TIE fighters and X-wings and stuff like that. It's just I really feel like we're seeing a push in Star Wars that like we really haven't seen before.
Nope, you're 100% right. 100%.
Speaking of things we haven't seen before, I mean, we have
Son.
to talk about. I have to ask about it. Did you guys happen to catch? Did you guys talk about it? The Dr. Lupo, chess drama.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah.
Oh, we
Okay.
did. Oh, did we?
Uh, I just
Just kind of like, what in the world, man?
Lupo. You know, I'm a big fan. You're a great dude. You're a friend.
What the hell
But
is
like,
that, sir?
what are you thinking? Like,
What are
what
we
are
doing
you?
here?
The
What
most
are you thinking?
analyzed game in human history, and you were like, I'll get away with it.
Yeah, like, well, I was talking to Sydney about it because, like, we were on, I think, Missouri, like, on our trip when it happened, and I was like, I guess Dr. Lupo cheated in chess, and Sydney goes, well, how do you cheat in chess? And I go, it's actually pretty simple. You just
Yeah.
have like a computer play for you essentially. And then she goes, well, how do people like catch you doing that? And I went, okay, let me put it in league terms, babe. I put you in a top 500 lobby. Okay. Everybody thinks as the game starts, you're a top 500 player. Okay. How long do you think it would take for them to be in that game to realize you're not a top 500 player? And she goes, I don't know, probably like 10 minutes in. I go, I guarantee you within the first minute of that game starting
Minute of
by how
blaming
you walk.
phase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you would be able, like, you'd be caught. And she goes, like, why is that? And I go, because they play the game so much and know the game so much at a little macro level, they would know no player who is actually this level would do that. So now reverse it. Now imagine a top 500 player playing against bronze players. Okay. No way a bronze player would know how to do all these things that top 500 player knows unless they're cheating type of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be like, imagine you're in bot lane, you're a challenger player, you know you're fighting a bronze ADC. Couple minutes in, bro has like 2 CS, can't last hit for the life of us, isn't trading, struggling. And they base, come back, they're last hitting everything, their trading is optimal, they're dodging every single skill shot, they can't be hit, they're suddenly just doing every single thing right, and you're like, huh, that's weird. Essentially what happened, where it's like, what?
Yeah. And then I was like, he was basically, I was like, he's a 600 level player, babe. I was like, to put like, that's like my level, maybe even a little higher than like what I am at. And he's doing moves that a 3,400 elo player can't even do. And to put that in comparison, the highest elo player at the moment is 2,900. Like, so literally 600 elo points higher could never do those moves. Just absolutely insane. If you guys didn't know this, we got another Grand Theft Auto trailer. Of course, there's a little bit of controversy behind it. Apparently, people aren't excited for a love story. Once again, woke becoming more into gaming. Apparently, having a relationship with a man and a woman is
Fellas,
apparently woke these days.
fellas, is a man and a woman having a crime story woke?
Wait,
Yeah,
why
and
are
I'm
people
fucking
saying that?
There was a
just because.
there's also a whole, like, as is usual, the right wing conservative Twitter grifter sphere was like, I don't know, this dude's kind of giving gay vibes. In the trailer, dude's literally fucking his wife, and it's like,
Yeah,
that's real gay, guys. And then there was the whole like, I don't know, this is anti-cop. I don't know if I'm gonna play it. And it's like, yep, famously
If
pro
you can kill
cop,
cops, I'm not playing.
famously pro cop GTA guys for sure.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are how are
Don't
you
tell
guys
them
this
what I was
fucking
doing
stupid?
in Vice City when
Exactly.
I was 6.
That explains a lot.
So GTA 6 was also pushed back. I don't know if you guys talked about that last week. To May of next year. So Marathon can breathe the sigh of relief. They aren't gonna have to compete with GTA 6, so Marathon will live.
Ooh, you good job, Marathon.
Yeah, Marathon is gonna be okay. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto trailer once again smashed 475 million views in the first day.
Christ, man.
It's insane.
Uh,
Gonna be wild, man.
that's what I was about to say. Like, it's like the amount this game is just not like the amount of like hype it's gonna bring, but the amount of like new content it's gonna bring out, the new content creators that you're gonna see like spawn from this game. It's gonna be insane. And I'll be there for it.
Yep.
I just hope
We'll be
like
there no
the
matter what.
online release is better than the last one, which I'm sure it is. It has to.
I mean, I just hope that the gameplay is improved, but I mean, I don't know about that. My biggest issue is always just like it's not really fun to like shoot in GTA. Like sometimes the uh realism aspect like gets in the way sometimes.
I get
Um
that.
like Red Dead Redemption, like the shooting like is just so automatic. I mean, half of it does it for you, so it's like I love everything else about this game, but then the gameplay's always just mid. So will they improve that? I don't know, because that'll just be the toughest thing for me, like playing online. Um, but yeah, I mean, regardless, I'll try it, and so will everyone and their mom, and hopefully we enjoy it. Hopefully there's some content to be made. Um, but yeah, it'll be a pivotal changing moment for gaming, regardless. It's just I'm interested to see too. Like, obviously, it's gonna be big. I'm just waiting to see how big.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how
Insane.
this is the quadruple A game that the Skull and Bones dude was like, this is the first quadruple A game, and it's like, nope, you guys were a little late to actually, or rather, a little early, and you guys weren't even close. So
You gotta imagine.
just how massive this game is going to be, like from like a sales perspective. I don't even want to know.
Do you guys think it'll beat 3.2 million peak players, which is currently the PUBG's record on Steam?
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Is it going to be released on Steam day one?
And that's a good question because they tend to. I don't know if they gave it up. They used to have a
I was
roster.
like, I
I'm
don't
not
know if
sure.
they've like said it's going to be. I think everyone's just
Actually,
kind of assuming it's going to be. I think if it's on day one Steam, I think it'll smash that. I think
Oh
you'll
yeah,
see a new peak players.
yeah, I
I
mean
don't know
GTA
how
5's
much.
on Steam right now. 90,000 people playing. How many
Jesus,
years later? Well, actually,
that's
wait. Oh, that's weird.
crazy.
That's just enhanced. Then there's another 112,000 pog on
yep,
Grand Theft Auto 5 Legacy. So there's over
yep.
200,000 people playing it on Steam right now.
Jeez. I wonder if that's like the hype from the latest trailer. And that's insane. Well,
Also, we need to. I just saw it real quick though. We need to try and try to see if I can get codes or something. But check out Wildgate. They got a beta going on right now.
hey,
Um,
you give me a code, I'm there. I don't really have a choice.
well, I forget
What's it called? Wild
who's
something?
making it. Wildgate, yeah. But it's essentially like Space Sea of Thieves. Um, pirate ships and or well, spaceships, but same deal. Like you man it, and everyone has to do something else, and then there's a couple other crews on the map, and you try and like get this thing and escape, and everyone will know, and
That looks
it
fun.
just looks fun. Yeah. But yeah, GTA will be something for the record
Not
books.
as fun as that, but
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously, you know.
anything else we wanted to touch on before move on to some Q&A? All right. I don't know where you guys ended off on Q&A. I'm gonna assume you maybe deleted some stuff. MC534 says all-time favorite show/movie. Yeah, I always go
Man,
back to it. In terms of show, probably Breaking Bad, just because like I can always throw it on and be like mildly entertained. Um, and then movie, I don't know. Scarface probably, like Scarface. Something about drug and guys being drug kingpins that gets me going. Apparently,
I don't know. I can't really narrow it down. So just first things that come to mind: Last Airbender and Dark Knight.
I don't know. That's impossible. Favorite movie, favorite show. I can't
or
decide.
just one of them?
I couldn't decide. I could not. I really genuinely could not decide. That's an impossible
Pete
question for me.
says, I'm not sure how the rest of you guys are at typing. I was thinking back to the 1v1 video Fruit did with Joey, and Fruit had an ungodly typing speed with over 100 words per minute. I am somewhere on the average of 50 words per minute, so I had a question on how you think you got that good, and if other guys are somewhere up there as well at typing. I think I'm probably around 65 to 70. It kind of depends. Uh, I'm kind of weird with type. I don't sit at home position. Like
Same.
I I don't sit at home. I've always kind of done a little Ninja Turtle style with it and kind of did
Yep.
my own kind of
Yep.
thing.
That's
You
right.
make your own rules.
So like I sit somewhere around 70, 75-ish. And it honestly depends on like what I'm typing and if I'm able, like I can type faster if it's coming from my head to keyboard. But if I'm having to type from keyboard to head, because like it's a little slower. But if I was able to type like what I wanted to type, like it's a little faster. But I'd say somewhere around like 70 to 75, which is not very fast. I would say that's maybe a little above average. I don't know. What is the average?
I mean, as for how I got that good, I mean, I never practiced. I don't know. Just typing.
I mean, did you
I don't
take
really
typing
know.
classes in elementary school? Well, we did, or at least I had
Um,
them
yeah, I
before I
remember it was
went
like
to.
5th grade or something, and I was a finger pecker. I remember they're like, "What are you doing?" And to be fair, I could finger peck fast, but yeah, I'm still finger pecking.
Bro was using the fucking, what was it in Naruto? That the 8 trigram 64 palms on
Oh
the
yeah,
on the keyboard.
Except I wasn't quite cool as an edgy. Yeah, I don't know when it changed. But yeah, one day I was a finger pecker and I just took the bite or bit the bullet where I'm like,
Do you think it was all
if
that data
I
entry?
no, that got me really good at the numpad. Real
Oh,
good at the
okay.
numpad. Because majority of it was numbers on. I mean, like, I don't have a numpad anymore, but I can still like. I mean, because I'd sit there and I have paper. I'm just like, just freaking. Bzz. But yeah, so that didn't translate. I don't know. I mean, my mom was always good at typing. My older brother was good at typing. Yeah.
So here's the targets for an adult. Okay. The average speed is 40 words per minute and over. Above average speed is 50 words per minute and over. Productive speed is 60 words per minute and over. High speed is 70 words per minute. And then competitive speed is 120 words per minute and over.
I'm almost competitive. What a gap.
Yeah,
So like
right? From like
40, 50, 60, 70, 120. So everything between 70 and 120 is just kind of
Would you guys
yeah,
like to
average is
guess
40. That's wild.
would you guys like to guess what the highest is?
200.
Something stupid. I don't know if I go that high. 160.
Czech typist Helena Matosokova. In 2003, she achieved a typing speed of 955 characters per minute. That's
What?
around 190 words per minute with 99.97% precision.
That's mental illness.
That's actually wild. I want to see a video of that. Like, how do you fingers even?
No, that's 100.
It's
That's
not even just
no.
not even fingers moving
She
fast enough, making them actually hit the right things too.
Even Baker's looking at her
has
like,
8
damn, like
trigrams
slow down, lady.
65.
Like,
Have you
Yeah,
tried
that's
League?
no. She has 8 trigrams fucking 128 palms. Like she's going crazy.
Yeah, probably play StarCraft.
what's your average, Blue? Like,
Last time I checked when I was at work, I can probably cap out around 100. So
that's pretty good. Like, I mean,
you
that's
know,
very
I'm not
good.
Mr. Fruit,
Like,
you know, but you know, I'm up there.
Yeah, Reckful, one of my favorite content creators back in the day. I think like
He was a gamer, I
his
think.
oh bro, he was so fast. Reckful words per minute. Okay, so Reckful's type racer, his average wow, his last race he did 203 words per minute. Rest in peace, King. But his average is around 148 words per minute, which is insane.
That's fast.
That is so insane.
Boy's moving.
Gray says, I know you guys love Chipotle, but I haven't heard you guys talk about it in a while. Where does it currently place on the tier list?
Still solid A for me, but it's definitely not like amazing. And plus, I don't know, they've been kind of slacking on the freshness of their stuff lately, in my opinion. So
I mean, things I just don't really have one like close. Like back when I lived in my other house, it was a 2-minute drive.
I was gonna say like a block.
Yeah,
and
like
a half away.
I could just kind of walk there.
they
I
also
that.
lose a point for me because the quesadillas are a major ripoff. They're so expensive, and you get like tiny quesadilla. Like, what are you guys doing over there?
I'm with Blue. I think it's like a good A tier. I wouldn't put it in S because for me, what stops like Qdoba and Chipotle and any other place that like serves like burritos that kind of way, it's all on the rice. Like if the rice is like hard and crunchy, like I'm like this is an F tier burrito. But if the rice is good, then it's A. So like it's not perfect, but it's good. One Lax says, what is the worst performance you have seen an actor given a film, show / video game? Mine would definitely be anyone in M. Night Shyamalan's The Happening or Peter Dinklage from Destiny 1.
Okay, that's crazy with Peter Dinklage.
I mean, it wasn't bad, but it also wasn't good. Like
the worst performance I've ever seen an actor do. Is she an Oscar?
He's a super freak. Super freak. He's super freaking.
Yes. Fucking Marion Cotillard. Literally a Best Actress winner at the Oscars. The Dark Knight Rises, when she was the villain, her death scene where she was like, the bombs are, you'll never find them. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
That's it? I was like, you're a fucking Oscar, you're a Best Actress winner. What the fuck was that? And that was literally, that took me out of the rest of the movie. I hate Dark Knight Rises already, but it wasn't even, like, you put in more effort than she did. Like, she was just, and she just like, it's the most like stereotypical, nope, you still put more effort than she put in. The most stereotypical like death, like a parody. It was so, it wasn't even borderline parody. I thought it was a parody. I was like, what? There's no, it was the worst performance I've ever seen anyone. That was a Razzie Award winner right there. But I already didn't like The Dark Knight Rises, and then that death scene just took me out of their last like 30 minutes of the movie, and I was like, great. So we're just shit posting now, huh? But yeah, that was it.
Sydney has been having the Twilight movies on in the background for God knows, because I was fucking with her nana because her nana reads, and I like to fuck around. And so her nana was talking about these books, and I was like, "Have you read the Twilight series?" And she's like, "No, I haven't." I was like, "Oh, it's my favorite series." Like and I just proceeded to explain the movies. She's like, "I'll have to check that out if you really like it." And I was like, "Oh, Nana, it's great." Like, I was like, "Just so you know, I'm Team Edward."
Talk about a glow up, though. I mean, Robert Pattinson went on to be just a goated actor.
That's like what I was thinking too. Like I was watching that, and I was like, "It's crazy that like." He is like one of like the best actors of like my generation, I think. Like genuinely. Like and
he's incredible.
And no one wanted to give him credit because they were like, oh no.
Yeah. But Kristen Stewart and those are awful. Like that's what I was kind of getting to.
100%.
She's really bad in that. And then like another one that comes to mind is Hayden Christensen from Attack of the Clones. Like, let's be real. It's pretty bad. And then I also think of Jared Leto, or anybody in the Suicide Squad movies, other than Margot Robbie, probably.
Yeah.
Jaden Smith in After Earth is pretty bad. I looked up worst acting.
Oh my god, yeah, that's legendary bad.
Halle Berry Catwoman with the basketball scene.
Basketball scene.
Mr. Fruit likes that one.
Ridiculous.
Doesn't
okay?
People are saying Megan Fox Transformers, and like I disagree.
She knew what she was doing. She was there to do one thing, and she did it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Open that hood, lady, and look hot while you do it. Um, I'm looking through all these ones.
Yeah, I'm looking too.
Oh, Robert Downey Jr. and Doolittle. See, like I've never seen that. Like I also like if I hear someone goes, "This movie's terrible," and their performance is terrible, chances are I never see it because I'm not like, "Oh, I got to see how bad it is." So it's like I also have to be like, I also have to like see it apparently, like then actually having to like just hear about it. My Mike Myers and Love Guru is pretty bad. I saw that movie. Like people are saying Adam Sandler, Jack and Jill. Like I never watched that because I just saw that and went, "That's gonna be piss." Like, why would I want to see that?
Yeah, I mean, some of these I just don't remember the movies or performances.
So true, Kings.
No, I'm just trying to understand this next on this last question we're about to do. I don't know what they mean by this, but then
Somebody
their little
puts the eighth, according to popular belief, on IMDb, whatever. They say the eighth worst performance ever is Christian Bale in The Dark Knight.
What? Some of these, some of
Eighth
these,
worst ever. I'm
some of
like,
these are
what?
just clickbait for real. Like,
I mean, like I wouldn't say it's
It
not
wasn't the
even
best,
remotely
no, but
close to that.
eighth
But
worst, not
yeah,
even
I think they're like
close.
throwing like when he's like talking like where drugs. Like I get it, that is pretty bad, but like come on, it's so good though. Like
that's part of the charm.
Yeah.
yeah, it's also like so good.
But yeah, like like worst performances, I could show you so like point almost anywhere and just be like, there's hundreds of just straight up garbage performances by people in the thousands upon thousands of movies out there. I don't think the eighth worst is
See,
Christian
that's
Bale.
like see, like I saw like I think like saying Christian Bale is like putting like John Wick. Like we know John Wick is not supposed to have crazy dialogue or be this character that
Yeah, and
just
it's
give me
perfect.
a gun.
But he
Like
knows what he's doing,
Yeah.
and he leans
exactly.
into it, and he's
He
like,
says
"I'm here
some,
for one thing, and be
yeah.
Keanu Reeves."
I think I am back. And I'm like, fuck yeah,
Yeah, and
he's
I'm like,
back.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going
Another
there
one.
like what's the Madman meme where he's like
Yeah.
sitting like why yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, last question here for Jimmy. You guys are gonna have to dissect this one with me. Which video game place would you get the most high at? Can give top 3 or 5 if you can only think of one. If you can't
Video
only
game
think of one.
place?
I think it means like a
Like a
setting in a
location?
video. I think so. That's what like
Um,
where would I like? And I'm gonna assume this is
Psychonauts, you wouldn't really
marijuana.
have to.
Or I guess like whatever kind of high you get off on. Like yeah, if
Yeah.
you
I was just thinking
for our crack users.
Psychonauts is a trip
See,
in
but that's like
itself.
scary. Like that's like a scary kind of trip. Epic Mickey, I think would be really cool.
I feel like Kingdom Hearts. That's already a trip.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait to start square dancing.
I want to
Yeehaw.
get high. I want to get high at Hallow Bastion and Kingdom Hearts 2. I want to get high there. I want to get high Los Santos. I'll get high in Los Santos. I think, let me
Okay.
just
You
smoke
blend
weed in
in.
LA. Radiator Springs. I'm sure there's a Cars game. I think smoking in Radiator Springs would be pretty tight. Give
Lego Pizza
me
Island, bro.
Lego Pizza Island. What game is this?
Yeah, give me on Lego Pizza Island. It's like a PC game in like 1999 or something. That
Oh,
was
hell yeah.
the trip for me. Just going back there, chilling with my homies on that little island,
That'd be
delivering
cool.
some pizzas. Why not? That
I
or
think getting high at the trading post and Neopets would be pretty sick as well.
That would be kind of lit, actually. The most high. Shit.
And then my last one. I'm going through my.
Gimme.
Oh, maybe the Among Us space station.
Ooh,
You
that's
know,
a
the
good one.
OG Among Us space station. Let's get high there.
You know, I did just release Among Us 3D.
Oh, like it's fully out?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I still have it downloaded somewhere.
Um,
And then probably Last the Tower, just because I would have to. And I want D1 tower. I don't want D2 tower. I
Yeah,
want
not this
D1 tower.
not this new bullshit.
Yeah, not this woke nonsense that I like
Oh,
see.
so true, King.
catch me on either like Halo 3 Valhalla or Guardian.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that.
Be a vibe.
I'd probably get baked in old Charlie in Final Fantasy 14. Look up old Charlie in
How in the world do you spell that?
Yeah.
old SHARYLAN. Wait, SHARLAYN.
Whoa, with all the water and stuff.
Yeah, I get baked there.
That's cool.
Those look like a vibe.
Oh, someone made it in Minecraft. Looks even cooler in Minecraft.
Yeah, the first image I saw was the Minecraft one. I'm like, wait, why is it so blocky? I'm like,
All right. Well,
Or honestly,
that'll do.
the other thing.
Oh,
Well, the other one I can quick think of is
yeah.
almost anywhere in New World or the towns. Vibes, music. My favorite part of the game.
That's a good place.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it for the GG Over Easy podcast. Thank you guys all for chilling and hanging out. It's good to be back. Appreciate you guys letting me take some time off. We will catch you guys next week for some more talking and some more chilling. Until then, peace out.
T.
All right, nice. All right.